Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at TCG Chaos. And I'm making this video because we should be getting Chaos Origins in, I think, 5 days. Depends on your time zone. But yeah, that's very, very soon. I actually, I don't usually play TCG because I don't have like time to, commit to like going to tournaments and stuff. But I actually did order some TCG boxes for Chaos Origins, which I never actually do for anything. I stopped in like 2023, I want to say, with like the Shining Neo Swingman, and then I just never bought any more TCG packs again. But this is super hype, and I really want Magician of Dark Chaos. I saw some of you guys actually pulled these cards, and that is amazing. This card specifically, like if I can get this card, I will be happy. Like I am extremely happy, even if I don't pull anything else. So also I need to mention, I do see some people like don't actually know the value of Phara and why I play this card. Still, now initially like I did not, like I didn't know if Three River Sword Souls was gonna come in the TCG or not. This was one of the most broken cards in like the deck, for me personally at least. When I was playing like Fleur de Lis and like these other cards before they even revealed Phara. And then I cut it because I didn't know if it was going to come in the TCG. So now that we have confirmation, I think this should be part of your deck 100%. And you should play one Phara. And I'll show you why I still play it. This card, you can play at 1. You don't need to play more copies. It's optional to play more if you want. But I feel like if you play 3, it's going to be a bit tricky. It's going to depend on like how many spells you're playing. Like I'm playing only like 13 spells here and 2 traps. I don't think it's worth it to play multiple copies of this because I'm gonna search it anyway. And basically what you do with this is let me show you like a quick combo as to like how I'm actually using this card and why I still play it. So if we do this, we are going to activate the Fallen of White, and then we're gonna dump the Albion, summon, and then go Ecclesia. And then you want to go into the 3 Brave Sword Souls here. So before we even do this, I'm going to go Black Chaos. And then go for this. And now we can make that play. Activate the 3 Brave Sword Souls. And then we can choose to actually also search with Mind Shuffle. Grab the Archfiend. Discard the Archfiend. And then we can add the Phara to the hand. And then we can do this. Discard. Now, if we get drilled here, this is why I like chained them together. I went 3 Brave Sword Souls and then chained Mind Shuffle. You won't get to add Black Chaos, but you still have the Ritual Spell Engrave, so you can still make this play. Does that make sense? Otherwise, if we had searched with one of them first, we would get drilled, and we don't want that to happen. So now we're going to grab a Black Chaos. So look at this play, okay? You go 3 Brave Sword Souls, you're going to pop this. It's going to negate it, and then pop it, and then you can go Light and Darkness Ritual. I hate that they changed their names. So you want to actually add back the Mind Shuffle. Now you can go Phara, reveal the Mind Shuffle. And now what's going to happen is they cannot respond to your Mind Shuffle anymore. This is beyond broken because what that means is like you're going to be able to search on the opponent's turn. They can't hand trap, they can't activate anything. It's like a super poly effect. Neither player can respond to this. And you're going to be able to discard the Phara, which means they can't Ash this to stop you from getting the Phara interruption. They have to have Called by the Grave or like Bell to stop this from coming back and like stealing a monster they control, or like Droplet to negate this. And Droplet on this is like really bad. Like really, really bad. You know why? Because if they attempt to Droplet this, you're going to go Mind Shuffle, spin it back, unless they send a trap, which most of the time they won't. You spin it back, it cuts the chain. They can't respond with a Fallen Virtuous to like negate, pop this and negate it. And then this is still going to take their monster. And then you summon like a Black Chaos, which is unaffected by Droplet. And every time you tag in, tag out, you cut the chain immediately. They cannot respond. So if you're playing against like Sky Strikers, they chain multiple spells so they can go Droplet at the end. They're fine at like 3rd spell. I just chain Mind Shuffle, spin back my card, and they lose out on all of these cards for Droplet. Does that make sense? Like, this is way too broken. All you have to do now is just set this, and then you can just keep this in the grave if you want, or you can summon it. It's completely up to you. If you have like, it depends on like your hand usually, because if you have Chaos Hats and you don't want to like summon this to clog up your field, then you don't have to. But if you want like a way to actually, like you have a way to actually pop this or get it engraved, like synchro summoning or whatever, depending on your deck, you can summon this if you want. So I'm not gonna summon this here, so I'm just gonna pass, and then I'm gonna go into the end phase, activate the Albion, and then we can go for Fallen the Virtuous. Set that, and we have a lot of interruptions here. So we can actually add the Ecclesia back because I think I am on Rindbrom. Yep. So I want you guys to look at this, okay? So we have a Fallen the Virtuous, which is going to be able to pop a card, and then we can send a Rindbrom to the grave, and the Rindbrom is going to revive the Albaz to summon the Incredible Ecclesia. And then that's going to be 1 interruption of the pop, 2 interruptions with the OG Albaz Diffuse, 3 interruptions with Mirror Jade or Dogma. And then we go Mind Shuffle, add a Luster Soldier, and then we can discard this. So that's going to be 4 interruptions to steal, and then 5 interruptions with Luster Soldier to banish. This is basically like a super simple combo that you can do, and the best thing about this is they cannot respond to Mind Shuffle. When you have like a board where like they can't out your Mind Shuffle, most of the time they will lose, regardless of how many interruptions you have. So this is like why I play like this plus Phara. Now let's actually hop into some replays. I have been like, I have a lot of replays which were also quite old. So let's see. So let's watch this one against Blitzclique. Blitzclique. So I think they made me go first. Yes, they always make you go first because their deck is a go in second deck. They don't usually like to go first. I'm not sure if there are some builds that want to go first, but yep. So in the draw phase, we're going to activate the Grifo, and then we're going to activate Mind Shuffle. He has only Harmonia, and then this cannot actually activate this turn because he doesn't have a way to actually pop me. So if we read this, it says during the turn, a card was destroyed by your Blitzclique card effect. That's not any card effect, which means that would have been too broken. So he doesn't have a way to actually pop me because he doesn't have the Blitzclique monster. So let's actually appreciate this play I'm making here. I go Cartesia to fuse because if he like has a Imperm or something, I can actually still fuse on the opponent's turn anyway to trigger my cards. The only issue would be that I will not have a way to actually like spin back and forth. But if I add directly and then I get drolled, that would be a lot worse. So I choose to just end like make this play right here, and then he has Harmonia instead of like Imperm or Valor. So watch what happens here. Okay, so he's gonna pop it, and then it's gonna fizzle my effect, and then he goes spin back Mind Shuffle. So I can still activate the Archfiend from hand, and then summon, and then I can go Fallen the Virtuous to pop my own card, sending the Dogma. So why send Dogma here? Because I actually don't have anything to tribute for my Ritual spell, so I want to banish this. And then I can go Black Chaos, add back the Fallen the Virtuous. So we're gonna add these 2 back, and then we're gonna go Lightning Darkness Ritual, banish the Dogma, and then add back the Fallen the Virtuous, and then we can set and pass and banish this. Okay. So we are going to go Mind Shuffle. So the opponent has no excuse as like non-engine, because this is just pure Chaos engine. So let's see if he can out it. So you can see he has Fallen the Virtuous. If this had been revealed with Mind Shuffle, he would not be able to actually do anything here. Now it is unfortunate that we didn't have Phara to make that play, but he goes Fallen the Virtuous immediately. I think that's incorrect. I would play around Fallen the Virtuous 100% when I see Blitzclique, because you have to always assume they have Fallen the Virtuous to pop it. Or like something else, like if they popped a card already, they can go Whiska, and then, oh, they changed his name to Whisker. Okay. So he can go Whiska Chain to pop the Mind Shuffle after, because this says destroy that many cards. It doesn't destroy only monsters. So you have to be very careful in this matchup. I think it was still incorrect for him to go Fallen the Virtuous here. So he's gonna try to pop us, and then we're gonna spin it back. We know he doesn't have Fallen the Virtuous anymore because he already used it. We're gonna go no effect, and now I see Blitzclique. So if he had saved this, what would have happened? I would have actually not activated Mind Shuffle here. I would wait for him to activate and then go Fallen the Virtuous to pop it in case he has another field spell. Because it has happened to me multiple times where I go chain, summon Luster, banish it, they activate another one. So as long as we stop that, we should be fine. So we're gonna spin back because it's safe now, because no Fallen the Virtuous. And he hasn't popped anything to trigger the Whiska. So wait for him to activate and then go Fallen the Virtuous to pop it. And then you can see like his cards are super bricky on their own. They could have beat my board if they had a... What's it called? There is one card that can actually target and pop. This one. Actually, this would not even activate. It's the other one. The one that pops the monster. I think it's this one. Yes, target one monster on the field, destroyed. So he would target my Black Chaos. I attempt to spin it back. He goes Fallen the Virtuous, pop the Mind Shuffle. This is the only way he could have like outed this here. Because if he goes for the other one to like pop the Mind Shuffle, this is already on the field. So I would just not activate anything. And then he would not pop and he would not be able to summon. And this, he has to actually add it, and there's limited ways you can actually add cards. Usually their play is the field spell. So they need to rely on this. And if you pop it with the Fallen the Virtuous, you're good. So he's going to activate another one. I'm just going to activate and set Chaos Hats here. And he is going to just surrender. So now he actually chooses to go first, I think. Yep. Because he was like, yeah, this guy's on Chaos. That's going to be very hard to out. So he sides in some Solemn Reports. Talent, I think this was not part of his deck. He sided that in. Ogre. Okay, I don't think... Okay, maybe Ogre was in the deck. I don't remember, but... Ogre is a good side for him. And, like, post game 1, when you go game 2, 3, you should always think about Ogre, because people will be siding this in a lot, and you need to be able to play around it. And you can see he actually does have Ogre. So let's see if he catches us off guard. So in the end phase, you can see like his board sucks because Blitzclique breaks a lot. Okay, sure, there are some times when they don't break and they need like a 3-card combo to be able to like actually do something, which is ridiculous. Like the deck is really ridiculously bad without, you know, like 3-card combos. But if it gets rolling, it's actually, they put up a very powerful board if they can do that, which most of the time they can't. So he is going to go Solemn Reports on my Mind Shuffle, and he can activate it this turn. Look at what he does. He goes this effect. So pay 3,000 life, negate the activation. If you do banish it, then your opponent banishes all cards from hand and deck with the same original name. So he actually banished the other one in my hand as well. So he hand looped me for 1, and then he got rid of, actually for 2, because he also banished this Mind Shuffle. But thankfully we have Skull in hand. So we are going to activate Skull, shuffle back the Mind Shuffles and his Solemn Reports. Just in case, I don't think they can play... Actually, they can play Purge, I think. But the issue with Purge is I think it turns off Harmonia, which he is not even playing Harmonia. I think he sided Harmonia out. Yep. So we're going to shuffle these back. We're going to go place the Mind Shuffle. Now, was this a mistake? Yes. So I should not have went Black Chaos here. I should have went Grifo to set a Mind Shuffle to play around the Ogre. So that was actually completely my mistake. So you can see we actually get pop now, and then he triggers his green, and then we have to go for this weird, awkward play, go into SP. This is also why I like to play SP still. Like, I need a Link monster, so I can do that play. Now, you don't need to play like a Link 1, just SP, I think. We will be playing a Link 1, which is Anima, when Multiplying Karibo comes out. So I need to play around his Effector, which is going to be able to spin this back and then negate a spell. So we're going to attack over him. And then we're going to activate the Ritual Spell, and it can also negate the Ritual Spell activating in the grave, because it says activates a spell card or effect. So now we can go Ritual. Okay, now he scoops. Sure. Alright. So, yeah, Blitzclique is, it's a decent deck. If it gets rolling, it can be very overwhelming. Even for Chaos, it can be sometimes. Because you would need like sometimes you just don't have like the correct hand to beat their board with like their floodgates, Ryo, whatever. It can get like very annoying. But usually like this is like how you play against the deck. You can pretty much counter them with Chaos. Now this guy is on. Okay, I actually thought this was branded, but it's actually Branded Dracotail. You guys remember like when we had a horrible matchup against Branded Dracotail? Like this was like a very powerful deck against us because they had like Flame, they had Sting and Flame are super insanely powerful. So let's see. He is gonna go first. He's gonna go Fallen of White. He actually never goes into any plays here, so I'm gonna actually bell this. I thought he was on pure branded. I would have belled this anyway though. So he also has Brand Fusion in the hand. But you can see like the reason I waited, I could have belled Albaz, which I see people do quite often. I think that's incorrect. As a branded player, I'm telling you it's incorrect. Because if the opponent has Brand Fusion in the hand, which he does, you want him to go into the Synchro first, and then you negate the Synchro. Yes, this does give them OG Albaz. Like brand, you can't stop Branded with just one hand trap. Branded is ridiculous. But what I can do here is I can actually weaken his board. Because you can see he has Fallen Virtues, Branded Retribution, and like OG Albaz Quim. This is actually like their typical board. But if I had belled the other one, he can just go Branded Fusion after. And then Branded Fusion would put up like pretty much the same board. Except I don't know if he's playing Floodgates. Branded Fusion would be able to send the Floodgates. But he's playing Dracotail. So because he's playing Dracotail, I actually weakened his board significantly because hitting the Ecclesia means no Brand Fusion, which means no Dracotail cards. Because he would have sent like the light monster. Forgot her name. Wait, does he even not play her? She's not here. I don't know why. Okay, that's kind of weird. You should be playing that card, but yeah, he can go Brand Fusion Santa. So we bell this instead. Okay, so what do we have to play on? So I was actually thinking one of the cards was Retribution, because at this point I thought it was pure branded. I did not see any Jerkatail cards, because he would have just like followed up Rahu Dragontail, right? Otherwise. So we know Fallen Virtuous, we don't know this, which I was thinking branded Retribution. I'm going to play around this as well. He has Clem to revive, he has this to summon like a Cartesia to fuse. He has a lot of interruptions. So first thing is we're going to activate Fallen of White, we're going to summon, we're going to see if he activates something. He does, he goes OG Albaz. That is fine. He goes Fuse into Dogma. Now, you can see like I didn't start with the Chaos Plays because if he goes into Dogma, after I go for this play, he will be able to shuffle back my Ritual Spell and stuff, and I did not want that to happen. Otherwise, he would just like hit me with like a, what do you call it? Fallen and the Virtuous on my Mind Shuffle. And then the other thing is Retribution would be for the Ritual Spell as well. So he actually has a lot of things for my Chaos stuff. That's why we play the Albaz branded stuff. So he goes Granganol now, and then he is gonna send a run. I don't know why he did this, because he already used Albaz. So sending Rundbrom here doesn't really do anything. I personally would have just not made that play, but if you want to go for that, just like send something else here. You can send like a Titan, whatever, so you can get at least something in the end phase, or Albion. Because he's not getting Fallen the Virtuous in the end phase. I guess he can like send another one with this. So we're gonna go draw 3 before we do anything, because I know this is Fallen the Virtuous and this was most likely Retribution. Could have been called by the grave as well, but if it was called by, I think he would have stopped the bell. So we're gonna draw into this hand, which is actually good, because now we can discard this. He goes pop this. Why did he make that play? I have no idea. I was gonna go Swordman here to banish him non-targeting and play around like these, but then he made this play on like Celtic Sage, which I really don't understand. Maybe he wanted to trigger Quem? I don't know. So we're gonna go Black Chaos instead now. We can go Mind Shuffle safely, and then we can go for this for Swordman, and then we can grab a Lusser, get rid of the Lusser, and then if he activates anything in response, we're gonna be able to spin back and forth. Now, I could have Ritual Summoned and then like, you know, banish his stuff and then summon Swordman, but that would have played into Retribution. So the reason I summon this first is because it will beat Retribution. I will not be activating anything that's going to special summon. This doesn't start the chain. So now I can banish it to confirm it's Retribution. Yep. And then we can Ritual Summon. And we can actually... I think we can go for game, because we have Archfiend Engrave. We can shuffle back his Ecclesia. And then this will be affected, and then I can banish it face down with this and continue from there. Should be game, I think. Unless I'm missing something. Actually, maybe it's not game, because I'm not on DMod. Yeah. But he wouldn't have anything, because I can just shuffle back all his stuff. So now he is going to go first again. He is going to actually reveal he's on Branded Dracotail. So when he goes Femina. Now I'm like, oh shit. He just didn't open anything last turn. So he's going to add back. He's under 4. My hand is mid. I actually do need to fix my hand. He goes Sting, Key 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna go Grifo now. I think the reason I went Grifo is it was for Gulamel, I think. So he already used Urgula effect, right? So because he already used the Urgula effect, he actually can't activate it again to pop my Mind Shuffle. He would have to go Gulamel to pop me instead. Yes. Oh, actually, I know why I did this. It's because I had Mind Shuffle in hand. If I continue and let him draw more cards, actually, he lets me draw more cards, there's a chance I actually draw into my Mind Shuffle. So if we actually go back, let's say our top deck, I don't know what it was. It was Celtic Sage. Okay, Mind Shuffle was all the way over here, but like if we had drawn into the second Mind Shuffle, that would have been horrible. I actually would just lose the duel. So I need to do this now after he goes Urgula. And then we can just establish this and then get this engraved. And we don't want to draw the second ritual spell either. So these are just like cards we definitely don't want to draw multiple copies of. So now it doesn't matter what he does, as long as like I have these in the grave, we're fine. And because he has Sting, I actually have 2 ritual spells I can use, and I can play around it because the issue is we go ritual spell, he goes banish ritual spell, right? So I'm just gonna force out his Sting before he is able to make that play. And we actually top deck Bell. So Bell for Sting, and then I was thinking the other card was maybe Flame. I don't know if this was public knowledge, the opening. So we're gonna immediately go into Alba. I sided in this card. I do think this card will be very good on the side, in the TCG. So he kept Albas on the field. I don't think they usually do that, but because he did, I can just go immediately into Alba, and then what that does for me is I can actually use it as the full tribute now, without having to use my Grifo. So that way I can get my Grifo back whenever. And we're gonna go Ritual Spell now to force out like these back rows. We're gonna go Mind Shuffle to add as well, because if you can see he let me Ritual Spell, but because he saw me attempting to add as well, he was like, okay, he's gonna tag in, tag out. This is gonna be horrible. I have to chain Femina now. So yeah, I was adding Luster to discard this, and then if he activates anything in response to Black Chaos, spin back some Luster, banish, and then forces his Sting. Because I do know this Sting, I would immediately go for a Sting, and I can spin back some Black Chaos. I think I'm adding Swordman actually. Hold on. I am adding Swordman. Yes, okay. So he goes into this to actually check my Black Chaos, because I can't activate Black Chaos under this. But this actually doesn't matter too much, because I can still fuse with it with Albas, and I have Bell for like a Horn or whatever. And then I can go full on the Virtus to pop it, and I could have also searched Luster Soldier to banish this. This is not really the biggest issue. It's like a mini Floodgates. So we're gonna spin back here, he goes Sting. We're gonna Bell this. Actually, we don't even Bell it. It doesn't matter because he went early. Because he went early, I have 2 ritual spells in the grave, and then I can still trigger the ritual spell to add back without having to worry about him like banishing it. So yeah, this would pop him, and then we are summoning a Swordman, I believe, and he would just lose here. Yep. I think he went Sting to like attempt to like banish the ritual spells, and then he realized you have to banish one monster, one spell and trap. You can't banish both ritual spells. And then he scoops. Alright, this guy made me go first. He's obviously on Tenpai. What do you guys think? Tenpai with new support, Pot of P, which he's not playing. Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know why you'd be playing Tenpai. So we have a very good hand here. In the draw phase, you can see like I have Grifo, Swordman. I always go Grifo even if I have Swordman in case of Droll and Lockbird, and in case of Ogre. You always have to play around these cards even if you have the Swordman, okay? Just always keep that a habit. Unless you have a way to actually set Chaos Hats and use it, like you have Celtic Sage. You can normal summon Celtic Sage. You can choose to not activate the effect, it's up to you. And also like activate the Grifo. And then if they activate anything, you can Chaos Hats. Now, because a lot of people don't play Chaos Hats, you wouldn't care about that play, but me personally, what I would do is set Chaos Hats first, and then go Celtic Sage, draw 3, to see if they would Ash. If they Ash, we go Chaos Hats, we win the duel. Add back TTT, look at the hand, and they're basically screwed. If they don't, they're still checked by the Chaos Hats, because if they go Droll and Awkward, I can just Chaos Hats that. And I'm not gonna summon from the extra deck too much, because if I have Albaz, I will most likely just go into this at Phara, instead of going like a Ranganol line. And okay, so we're gonna play around his Droll. We go Corrupted Ritual. And we basically add a Celtic Sage here, and then he goes Drone Lockbird. That's completely fine. It doesn't matter anymore. We go Ritual Spell, we go Banish the Grifo, add back the Corrupted Ritual, and then we can set and pass. So what's our matchup against Tenpai? Basically, Tenpai gets absolutely destroyed. Tenpai gets absolutely incinerated. Why? Because their board breakers don't work. Droplet doesn't work. Super Poly doesn't work. Raigeki doesn't work. Dark Hole doesn't work. Harpy doesn't work. Nothing works against this. And this is what they rely on. So that means that there's a good chance they have multiple bricks in the hand because of this. And the other thing is all the Tenpai cards, they can't do anything against Luster Soldier. Tag in, tag out. Like, it's really ridiculous. There's a way where if they have so much engine, what they can do is like go into Transcendence. If they even get that far, and then they can go for the other card that can like Moonlight, whatever, that can like spin back my Luster Soldier. But again, like we play Harmonia, we play other hand traps, we can have Chaos Hats for his play. Like he will never be able to win. Just off like pure chaos cards. We don't need anything else. So he goes Pydra, and I see it's Tenpai, and I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna pop it immediately just so I can establish a level 7. And then he goes Battle Phase for Kaiman. Look at this. We spin back, we go Chain, set Chaos Hats. And now that we have 2, so what I was attempting to do here is I went Harmonia first because I have Celtic Sage. So you go Harmonia, spin it back, summon Celtic Sage, draw 3, but because he went Kaiman here, I'm actually going to check it immediately with the Chaos Hats by summoning this, the Black Chaos. So let's see what happens. He goes Phadra. Look at this. This is going to trigger because he added it. But guess what? It doesn't trigger now. It triggers after I have a chance to respond. And then he goes Chainlink 3, summon Genroku. So if you Chaos Hats this, that would be a horrible play. But we are going to Bell this. And then when he activates this, we go Chaos Hat, and he loses. And also the reason he actually did have Chandra in hand. That was another reason I was thinking about going Harmonia early. Because if he had Chandra, that would be annoying. He wouldn't like be able to win or anything, but it triggers in the damage step, so it's really annoying. So us popping the Pydra here with Harmonia was definitely the best way. So now we go Chaos Hats on the Swordman, and he loses. Yeah. Okay. So I do have these like quite older replays. I don't remember what happened in these duels, but we're gonna find out together. So he goes Upstart Goblin. This is Sky Striker. We have Double Ritual. Now, Double Ritual is actually not great to open because that means your Archfiend is dead. Actually, we're gonna top deck Archfiend. That's crazy. The Archfiend has to be able to have a target in the deck for you to be able to send the Ritual Spell. So if you have both in the hand, you can't send the Ritual Spell to the grave. So that's a huge issue. So it's gonna go into 0. I actually do Harmonia this. I think I sent Lulu. Yep. I did that for Lulu, basically. Because I have double Ritual, and that would be very bad because this actually doesn't do enough for me. I have to add directly the Celtic Sage, because if I add Archfiend, you discard, you still have no way to actually Ritual summon these. I have to go summon the Swordman itself, right? So he goes set Raigeki for some reason, I don't know why. He goes Mobilize, Engage, Ash, okay. Sends that so that he has more room to set a linkage, and then he's gonna Ash my Lulu. So this is why I like Lulu a lot, because if they have like an Ash, they might actually feel like they have to Ash it, because it could be, you know, the only starter that I have. So you can see I ate an Ash here, which means I'm going to be able to activate Mind Shuffle safely without having to worry about an Ash. And I do hate this card. I think this card should be banned, but yeah. We can't ask for everything. So we're going to go Swordman, set, place Mind Shuffle, and then because I already drew the Archfiend, it's actually, I'm going to have a way to actually still, like, you know, get this, like, get one of the rituals back into the deck and then trigger this on, like, either battle, link it off, whatever. It's really awkward, though. Like, super awkward. So, because he goes linkage here, I'm going to get Chainfall on the Virtuous to pop. And then he has to send something else. And then he goes 0. And then we add a Celtic Sage. So he goes, trigger the 0 for some reason. Okay. That's fine. And now we have another way to actually summon these. So why do I feel safe doing this? Because he has this in the monster zone. So his Widowmaker is actually turned off. He didn't drop it though. Didn't drop it. I mean, it depends. Like, you don't always drop with Celtic Sage. Draw 3 is strong, but like he didn't know I have double Ritual in hand. But then again, like I didn't trigger Archfiend, so like you could argue that because I didn't trigger it, he should assume I have double in hand. So I'm gonna go Battle Phase here, and then he is gonna activate this. I go Chaos Hats. Yes, because he needs to like get rid of this for his Widow Anchor. So because he triggers this now, we go Chaos Hats, and look what happens here. We're gonna summon these three, and then we'll see what he pops. He pops a Super Poly, and then this triggers to revive. That's fine. Now we go shuffle that back. Let's see, we don't have a ritual spell, but he can't activate Widow Anchor. He has to go Droplet. And if he goes Droplet, then I can link, and I can continue playing. Goes Droplet, negates the Sword and Banish 2. Now we can just link off into SP, trigger the Archfiend because we shuffled back our Luster. Add a Luster, and we go Ritual Fighting Dark. Guess what's gonna happen? Ritual spell. Tribute one of the spells that I directly searched from my deck, and then add it back with the Black Chaos. So we're going to establish my shuffle here just in case he has something else. We tribute the Called By, and then we are going to add back Called By the Grave, and then we're going to banish his linkage, which I actually did know this is linkage. It was public knowledge. He reset it with the continuous spell. And then we're going to set Fallen the Virtuous plus Called By. Look at this. Called By the Ray. He attempts to dodge here. Okay, shuffle back. What the hell? Just like everything. And then we're gonna spin back, go into Luster. And let's see what happens. He goes, spin these back, don't actually do anything. Mind Shuffle is like, this is a good spin. We are gonna banish his Widow Anchor, and then he is gonna take control, sure. And now he has to go Battle Phase because he can't activate Linkage because he controls this. And I don't think this can actually be used as link material, yes. So he's actually stuck here. I don't know what he could have added to like play around this, but like most of his Sky Striker cards require you to have nothing in the main monster zone, and I don't think he has a way to actually stop this. So we're gonna go Fallen the Virtuous, pop his Ray, and then this is stuck in the main monster zone, so he can't activate the linkage and he loses. Nice. So this is once again against Blitzclique. He made me go first. So we're gonna activate this. We are gonna first go Celtic Sage to draw 3. If I let him negate the Mind Shuffle with Ash, because if he has Ash here, and he negates Mind Shuffle, this is just a YOLO draw 3. Otherwise, if I go draw 3, the opponent's going to be like, should I let his Graceful Chariot resolve? And he can draw into like a bajillion disgusting cards. Or just negate like negate the Mind Shuffle, which is better. And usually they actually think Celtic Sage is better, so they Ash the Celtic Sage. This is why I made this play right here. Establish this and then go Celtic Sage. You can also go Celtic Sage to draw 3 and then establish the Mind Shuffle if you want. But the reason I actually make this play is because I don't want to get trolled. If he did not Ash, I would chain Mind Shuffle to my own Celtic Sage. So if I get trolled, it would be fine. Does that make sense? So we are going to add a Archfiend, and then we're going to not draw 3 because he negated. And now we can go Celtic Sage, summon the Black Chaos, and then we can add back the Celtic Sage, and I can still summon it on the opponent's turn with Harmonia. And then I can draw 3 cards. So you can see I keep this in hand, so I have something to reveal. And we have Super Poly and the Mind Shuffle. Here I was testing Super Poly. I think Super Poly is not... I don't like Super Poly in the main deck. I like him more in the side deck. But you can definitely play this in your main deck. It depends on like what sort of decks you're playing against, mostly. So, look at this. He goes for Grain. Grain targets the Mind Shuffle. Doesn't work. Now, because he doesn't get the pop, he cannot summon. So, instead he goes Breakaway. Establish the Alternator. I'm not sure why I actually can't see the effects here. Is this a bug or what? So we go Luster Soldier. We are going to banish the Alternator. He is going to get baited. And then we are going to go Black Chaos. It fizzles his effect, and then he just scoops here. He's had enough. Alright, let's watch this one against Dogmatika. So we actually okay. I was actually playing Fleur de Lis here, just like revisiting Fleur de Lis. So we're gonna go Manchable in the draw phase. This was very unlucky for this person. I feel like every time I play like Dogmatika cards, I actually get face up against a real Dogmatika player, and they get fucked over by this because I play Antis and I don't actually care about my extra deck. So poor guy. I'm actually not even sure like what Dogmatika does. Like, just get rid of your extra deck. Like, do they do anything else besides this? I don't know. So we're gonna trigger this, add Luster in the draw phase. And then he goes pre-prep. Sure. So we're gonna set a Chaos Hats. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about our interruptions actually. This build gives you a much higher ceiling. Like a much higher ceiling. And also makes Granganol like insanely better because Granganol... Where's Granganol? Granganol can actually summon your Fleur de Lis from the deck, giving you like a level 7 or higher that you can spin back. And once you spin it back with Mind Shuffle, after that, you can actually trigger its effect from the hand immediately to summon and set Punishment, which is activatable that turn. So, like, Fleur de Lis is an insane card. The only drawback is the extra deck. Aside from this, it has so many positives. So if you don't care about your extra deck, or you want to build your deck in a way where it doesn't care that much about it, I think it's 1,000,000% worth it to play Fleur de Lis. It's a very, very insane card. So we're going to go Chaos Hats here on Nadir. Mainly because I have Harmonia. And we are going to go Fallen Virtuous, pop him. He goes Dogmatic Calamity. Goes for this. We are going to pop him because he is actually affected. This is not an extra deck monster. I'm going to send Wind Pegasus. Look at this. He makes me send cards from my extra deck to the grave. Do you guys think this hurt me or not? Sent Granganol, which means now I can summon Fleur de Lis from the deck to establish another level 8. We have this for follow-up. We can add a Fallen Virtuous in the end phase. We can go revive Albaz. We can trigger this to summon Ecclesia. We have one Pegasus. Like, yeah. Summon Luster banishes final monster. And GG. Okay, I don't know why he's still playing, but you can see like this can also summon Coritis. Add the Fleur de Lis. Yeah, Dogma can add it because it's a Dogmatika card. He actually adds his own Fleur de Lis as well. So, sure. We are gonna go discard Mind Shuffle, and then he is gonna set a punishment. Do you guys think punishment is gonna do anything here or not? So we're gonna activate this, banish 2, GG. And attack for him. Flip up the crown. Yeah. Damn. So then we have this one against Red Dragon Archfiend. I think Red Dragon Archfiend sucks. It's not really... It's a meme deck. This is not like a real actual deck. Doesn't do anything. Against Chaos, at least. So he's gonna go into Red Rising Dragon. Sure. How are you gonna beat Droll Knockbird? This deck hard loses to Droll. Okay, this guy actually... You can see that he lost to Droll so many times. He actually chose to play around Droll. Nice. But like, your board sucks now. Okay, so we're gonna send the Ecclesia Synchro immediately. And then we're gonna go Corrupted Ritual for this. Look at that. Like, what do you even do? He actually has like multiple interruptions. Like, this would be good against other decks, but like Hot Red, Omni Negate. He has this that actually also negates up to the number of tuners, so +1, which means I think he can negate 2 because he can reveal the Harmonia. And then he has Red Rain, which can, if you control level 8 or higher single, banish all monsters on the field except the monster with the highest level. Also, the remaining face-up monsters are unaffected by card effects except their own. Then he has Harmonia Double Interrupt and then Magna Hut as well. Banish like Archfiend or whatever, and then also search a follow-up. Like, he has a lot here. So we can trigger this from... Look at this. Like, this is beautiful. Like... I don't know he has a Bestial, but I activate this from the hand, and this actually plays around his Bestial. So we're going to shuffle his stuff back. We go immediately into Chaos Angel. Now Chaos Angel is unaffected by Light and Dark. He has to activate one of these to actually stop it. So we're going to force out this. He goes Chain the Chain. We trigger this, add back, and then we go Ritual Light and Dark. He attempts to banish. It's too late. We're going to add a Grifo. And then we're going to add back the Celtic Sage. Did you see that play, guys? Did you actually, like, let's just go back just so I can show you, like, why I usually save the Mind Shuffle. So let's go a little back more. Yep. Okay. Right here. Wait, now wait. This is kind of weird. They need to like fix that. All right, right here. Look at this. Okay. I'm gonna trigger the ritual spell. What do we have in Grave? We only have Archfiend that can be added back. So that means if he banishes the Archfiend, it's actually gonna fizzle my Magna Hut, correct? Or if he like goes for Deity Crow on this, it's also gonna fizzle it. How do you play around the Bestial? Okay. This is like the way you play around it. He goes Bestial on Archfiend to fizzle the Ritual of Light and Dark because it can't add anything else. I don't have any targets. Then I chain Mind Shuffle. So then Mind Shuffle actually, on resolution, it's actually gonna put whatever Ritual of Light and Dark monster I want in the grave. So that means my ritual spell still resolves. Do you guys see that? Like, do you guys see how insane this play is? Add back the Celtic Sage. Do you guys think he scoops here after seeing that play or not? What do you guys think? We'll see. So he is going to trigger this. He still has Harmonic. He thinks he's safe here, but not really. This doesn't really do anything. We are going to trigger this, set a Chaos Hats. And then he is going to pop our Chaos Angel. We're going to add back Fallen Virtuous. He goes for this, spin it back. Nope. Go Celtic Sage. Because I can tribute Celtic Sage to summon this back as well. And I can also make like the Chaos Hats live on this in case he activates like a normal spell or trap, which he does have something in the back row. So we're going to draw 3. Oh my god. Draw into the Swordman. He goes Red Rain. We go Chaos Hats on Celtic Sage. Do you guys like see how like we just destroyed him here? And then we banish 2 cards. And then we go Battle Phase, attack over the final one. He is going to search in the end phase, but look at this, okay? He goes Power Vice Dragon. Let's actually add first. Okay, he top decks. Oh my god. I hate Ash so much. It just like ruins the duel. Like you guys saw, like he went first, he put up interruptions, blah blah. And then you have this dumb card which just ruins the duel. So because he goes Ash Blossom to ruin the duel for me, I'm gonna go Droll and Lockhart to ruin the duel for him. Okay, this is like what Yu-Gi-Oh is. Like he is toxic, you're toxic. Like there is no skill. Look at this. So he goes add Soul Resonator. He thinks he's good here. We go Droll, GG. Yeah, we also have like Super Poly would not have been live here. I don't actually have any targets. I would have a target for Super Poly usually if he didn't go for fucking Ash Blossom, because I can spin this back, summon a Luster Soldier, and then this would be my Super Poly fodder, because I don't actually need this. So then we move on to game 2. What do you guys think about this card? Do you guys think this card is good or not? What do you guys think about this card? Do you guys think this card is good or not? Let's see what happens. So he goes Resonator Call, Droll and Lockhart, and he scoops. Actually, we don't have any plays. That sucks. Right, so he has another turn. He also has his own Droll and Lockhart and Harmonia. So he goes Soul Resonator. We are just gonna wait and chill on the Fallen Virtuous. We don't have to like do anything until now. So now we're gonna pop him. Go Cloud Beast, spin back this card, and then I have a Fallen Virtuous for his continuous spell. So we go Crimson Gaia, wait for it to activate, and then we go Fallen Virtuous to pop it, and there is not much he can do here. Now, when he like makes these plays now he plays into Nibiru. So let's see what happens. I let him play here, go into all of that, sure. I think I let him synchro into Rising and then revive. Yep. And then we go Nib. Alright, so in the end phase, we're actually gonna grab a. Were we playing High Spirits? I don't think we were, because I'm playing Super Poly in the main. Yes, we were not on High Spirits in this build. So, oh my god, top deck the Black Chaos. We're gonna pop him immediately, and then we're gonna trigger the Ecclesia to shuffle back the Albion, get rid of the back row, and then we can go Swordman. And GG. This is actually just GG, because I already have a level 7 or higher established. So if he draws me here, look at this. I just go Revive. Normal Albaz. Attack for 3k, attack for 25, attack for 18. And then we can link off into SP. And pass on this. So we have SP, we have this to add a Luster Soldier. Spin back Nib. Do you guys think he can play through a second Nib or not? The answer is no. They cannot play it through nib at all, let alone a second nib. So me being able to recycle the nib just like infinitely here is just ridiculous. Like they just can't. And this is really like impressive against decks that lose to Nibiru. Because you're just abusing it every single turn. So we add Luster, he is gonna go Soul Resonator. I'm actually gonna let that go through. And then he goes Crimson Call, sure. He goes Bone Archfiend, we're gonna spin this back, summon a Luster. And now he's on, let's count the summons. He's on 2 summons now. We're gonna banish the Bone Archfiend because this is a spell speed 1 effect, I think. And I don't want that to trigger. It's gonna like mill for cost and do some stupid stuff. Goes Crimson Guy, that's completely fine. We just wait on the SP. And because he can't swing over us. Now that he goes for this, I go banish because I wanted to see what he would add. Fiend, Peace Golem doesn't actually do anything on his own. So now he scopes, and this was his 3rd summon. If he had summoned another and then synchroed, he just plays into Nib and loses. And then I have follow-up like the Mind Shuffle and stuff, I win on the following turn. He only has 700 left as well. Yeah, basically just like toying with our opponents here. So this guy is on, what's this deck called again? Ryzeal something? The Gaga Ryzeal or some shit? I don't know. Utopia Ryzeal, whatever. Who cares? So he is gonna go Ice Ryzeal. We're gonna chain the full loss. Draw into a Grifo. Look at his hand, guys. Do you guys think this hand is good or not? He opened, oh my god, he opened Ice Ryzeal and then he had double Crow, which is not once per turn. This is a very good card against us because banishing the ritual spell on activation is really ridiculous. He also has Bell. He also has the Drone Lockbird. And then he has like his Ryzeal combo. This is very good. So Fua is actually very good in this scenario because he's going to be forced to just pass on Ryzeal Detonator. Otherwise, he would have put up like a disgusting board. So we tap deck Troll, which is actually decent against him. I'm going to go Draw Face to play on Troll, which he does have. So that's very good. Send the Archfiend, trigger the Archfiend. We sent Coritis as the target. And then we can add an Albaz and the Draw Face. First action, we're going to go Fallen of White. He is going to pop. Sure. Now, the Fallen, like by itself, it outs the Ryzeal Detonator because he has 2 mats. He is going to have to actually use both, most likely, because I'm going to go OG Albaz to pop him as well. So now I can just like keep this on the field to like threaten him. He goes Drone Lockbird, that's fine. We go Grifo to set a Chaos Hat, and then we go Celtic Sage. now what happens is like if he activates the Detonator, I can just Chaos Hats it to like, you know, on the Celtic Sage to set 3 spells, and we're under Droll, keep in mind, okay? But I have the Ritual Spell engraved, and I already have the Black Chaos. So I get to search whatever I want, but unfortunately he has these to stop this play. Otherwise, this would have been insane. Under Droll. So we're gonna force him out, and then we're gonna go Chaos Hats, because obviously I don't know he has these in hand. So we are gonna go Forbidden Crown, Ruler, and yeah. I was testing Board Breakers in the main, and I think I was going second. Let's actually look at the extra deck. No, the extra deck doesn't actually tell us much. Can't look at the deck. Hold on. Oh my god. Edo Pro, chill. Okay, yeah, I think it was just like the 1 Ruler that I was playing, plus 1 Crown and 1 Callby. I don't think Ruler is good in the main deck. You definitely just like side this. And that's why I don't actually play it anymore. So he goes Bell on us, and then on the Albion. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how we made Albion. Oh, we fused with the Detonator. Okay, so we were gonna go into the, I think, Dogma. Where's Dogma actually? Did we send this to the grave? Yes, we did. Okay, so we were gonna go into Mirror Jade instead. But he goes Bell on the Albion, and then he has a DD Crow for our Ritual Spell. So that's actually pretty decent. So we actually missed lethal because of this. Oh, no, never mind. We actually still have lethal. That's insane. So under Droll, double Detonator, Bell, double Crow, we still put up lethal damage. Yeah. Nice. So then we have this one against GMX. We'll make this the final duel. So we are going to brick and set Crown. And then he is going to go Chain Full Loss. He is going to go Salandi. We're going to crown this. And then he goes Fallen Virtuous to pop his own card. This is interesting. That's a decent play to dodge. So Fizzles my crown. Then we're going to Chain Full. So the reason I changed it now is because I wanted to see if he would actually like, if he has Called by the Grave, there's maybe a possibility what he just lets 4 resolve, because I did it in the Droll window. So then I can like, add Droll, and like if Droll beats him, he would just pass on the 4 in this case. And obviously, like although I do actually have both, I would not go Droll and Lockbird to bait Called by and then 4, because I do need the 4. I did brick last turn, and although I can still get access to engine with Packbit and Harmonia, um, I don't want him to OTK me. So I'm gonna be able to draw into cards that are gonna be able to stop him, like Grifo, like whatever, and I can pair them up with Harmonia, Archfiend. Like if I draw one Grifo here, this hand of like one interruption with Droll, which is not even like I'm not even gonna use it because he's under 4. This would actually turn into 2, 3, like 4 interruptions, because I would have tag and tag out with Black Chaos, because I can just go Mind Shuffle, discard this, add a Lustre, and then the Mind Shuffle would be searching for a Black Chaos, and then I still have Harmonia's double interruption. So it would actually be very insane. So we're actually we're gonna draw into Black Chaos. So now, because we drew into this, I'm actually gonna have even more interruptions, because I can now directly search like a Celtic Sage, draw 3 more cards as well. So we're gonna pop him now to spin back the Alos, and then what? What happened? We want Packbit? No effect. Oh, because Miscellaneousaurus. Why? Why did I not activate Packbit though? I can still discard this, right? Was there a reason? Well, let's actually just go back a bit. I'm not sure why I didn't activate Packbit. We go Harmonia, sent Packbit, right? Was he untargetable? No, I don't think so. So why not use Packbit here? Oh, okay. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. This is part of the actual resolving the effects still. So now we get to trigger Packbit. Okay, I was like, what the hell? That makes no sense. Okay, so now we are going to push this into the back row, because I think he chained to like fuse or whatever. Push back the Dini. Now we can add a Lost Soldier, and we get access to Mind Shuffle. So this is why you don't play into 4 against Chaos, because now like you gave me a shit ton of stuff. You actually gave me engine. I have full engine now. I got to search and like make my starters on your turn, in addition to also having like 5 interruptions or something. So that is very powerful. So you go, no, obviously, like, I can't, like, affect these because he went for this stupid card. I don't think this card is, like, healthy for the game. Like, cards like this, where, like, they just say, like, your opponent cannot interact, like Tenpai's Field Spell and Miscellaneousaurus, they're not really duels. They're basically telling you that this deck sucks so bad. We need to give it something like this, where, like, you can't even interact with them, so they can play the game. This is, like, they should never do this, ever. They're just getting lazy when they print cards like this. Like, seriously. So, we are going to banish him. I don't think he... Okay, I think... Miscellaneousaurus... Was this milled or summoned from deck? Because clearly he didn't use it if I was able to banish him in the main phase. So now we can draw him. So we don't need to draw anymore. We already have everything. I had to draw him here because although I pass up on the Celtic Sage, I don't really need Celtic Sage here. We can add back Crown as a Void Breaker on his turn, and then he scoops, because he can't break this board anymore because of Luster Soldier, tag and tag out. And then he is drolled. And in addition to that, like, he has to kill me this turn, otherwise he loses. And he can't anymore. So that was disgusting. So now he has talent. Okay, this, I do remember this duel. This duel was insane because he had everything. He goes Fossil Dig for Overraptor. I'm gonna activate this. He had Called by the Grave, first of all. I hate this card so much. I'm actually so... like, I wish this was OCG, because, like, this card is banned in the OCG. And this is... I will never, like, stop shit. I will never shut up about that. This is the best hit ever made. Because, like, look at this stupid call by. Because he could have had, like, his engine cards out my engine cards, right? I don't have Droll, I don't have Ash, I don't have these stupid cards. But he has Called by the Grave to hit my engine. Like, a lot of people argue, oh, but hand traps run loose. Yeah, but, like, I'm not saying keep the hand traps as well. I'm saying ban the hand traps, ban Ash Blossom, ban Maxi, and then ban Called by the Grave. I think Crossout is fine at 1, but Called by the Grave has to be banned. Because for at least for Crossout, you have to actually play these cards. Let's assume Ash Blossom is banned, and like Droll and Lockbird is banned, Maxi are banned. Will you play Crossout Designator? Ask yourself that question. The answer is no. You might side it in for a mirror match, but aside from this, you will never play that card because there's nothing that you need to stop with the Crossout that's going to be super high impact because you're not going to go reveal, declare talents. Who cares? If they have talents, you play around talents. You don't play Crossout to counter it. These are for hand traps, right? So Call By is stupid here because Call By negates it for 2 turns, which means now my engine is shut down for 2 turns. He also stopped me from interrupting his like undisrupted disgusting combo, and I turned off on his TTT as well because this negates the the effect, not the activation. So like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do in this case, huh? Look at that. He looks at the hand. I get massively punished for using a turn 0 archetype interruption. Not even a hand trap. If this was Maxi, okay, sure. Both cards still suck, but at least like Maxi is disgusting and you should be able to Call By it. But if your deck takes 3 million years to combo and is uninterrupted with like 10 interruptions in the end board, that's not healthy for the game. That's why we need like Charmies in the game, but not Maxi, because Maxi is too overboard. Like it's just like a FTK basically, because like you will lose if you can't play around it. So he's gonna take damage. He looked at the hand. He knows everything I have. He shuffled a card from my hand. My Grifo is gone for 2 turns, and he has another board breaker. He has full combo. Like, guys, what are the chances I win this duel? There's just like no chance, right? No chance. He has this diffuse. I don't know why these just don't show, to be honest. He has Book of Eclipse to flip everything face down. He has this, which can actually negate Swordman, because this says when a monster would be normal or special summon. Because Swordman is like a inherent special summon, it can get negated. Or spell or trap is activated, negates. So, like, what am I supposed to do? He's checking my Corrupted Ritual right now with this, and then he has this for SP to banish my back row, my graveyard for like Ritual Flight in Dark, and then he has a Cross Shape, which is also going to be able to trigger because he has the fusion, so he can revive a level 4 or lower, which I don't know what he would be reviving here. Maybe like one of these, or he can revive this, add a what do you call it? The Miscellaneousaurus, making all his stuff unaffected. Like, it's just such a stupid board. And then on top of that, he has a Bestial as well. Top deck clothing. Oh my, this is like, okay, this card, me top decking this is like the card trolling me. It's like, get fucked by Call By. Because this doesn't actually do much against him now. It's just telling me like, get fucked. This is exactly what this says, okay? So the chance of me winning this duel is like, I don't know, like 1%. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we actually win this duel or no? Because usually they just like win the duel on game 2 and they just scoop. They don't want to play anymore because they're like, oh shit, I got you, ha 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 ha. I had everything and I got you. You suck. Like, we're gonna go Crown immediately. All right, let's attempt to break this board. So I don't think they have something to stop this unless he like sided in like Solomons. Oh my god. God help us, bro. Look at this, bro. Different dimension ground, like, bro. The worst part is like these actually hurt him as well. But he's like, it hurts you more, so I'm gonna play them. This is so desperate. So we're gonna crown immediately because I need to negate this. Otherwise, there is a possibility he would be able to dodge with like the JMX experiment. So if I go Corrupted Ritual, he activates this to negate. I go crown. He can go Book of Eclipse, book it down, but I already knew he had this, which I think this confused. I can't see the effect, but I can vaguely read this. Fusion summon one dinosaur fusion using materials from hand or field. This is a dragon. I'm not sure if he can actually use this. Let's actually see. What targets does he have? Dino, and Dino. Okay, so this actually can't be used, but I thought maybe he has like something else to dodge, which he actually does, Book of Eclipse. So whether he would trigger this, I think he would. Because this is a link, the only thing he's missing out on is like the revive. because this would be down, and then like who cares, right? So we crown immediately, and then we go Corrupted Ritual safely, and we can add this. If he has Drone Lockbird at this point, I can go for this to negate it. So we're gonna activate the Swordman. He goes, SP Little Knight, yeah. He's gonna, okay, he banishes my Mind Shuffle here. I think he went too early. He should have waited for me to actually dump with the Archfiend first, and then he banishes the Ritual spell, and then I would be cooked here. But because he did this early, we actually might have a chance. So we have to play it on his misplays because of stupid call by and TTT. So we're gonna revive and then shuffle back his stuff and then attack the SP. And he goes Book of Eclipse. Alright. So now we can trigger the ritual spell. Oh my god, bro. Okay, so now he fizzles my Swordman. I can't do anything about this. I literally just don't have anything. We're gonna set one and pass, and then in the end phase, where the fuck did this come from? What? Oh yeah, okay. This is insane. His Book of Eclipse flips up my face down cards in the end phase, and I draw cards equal to the number flipped face up. So I actually drew into one card, and it was High Spirits. So maybe we have a chance. Look at this, alright? We're gonna go High Spirits on Black Chaos. We're gonna send Granganol, and then keep this in hand. So he goes Battle Phase immediately. Attacks. He doesn't have enough follow-up now. And then he goes Fallen Virtuous and he sets. So I actually have another turn now. Because he couldn't draw into a play. Let's see what happens. Now I actually have a real chance to win. This is still live. He has SP. He has Experiment. He has Fallen Virtuous. So I'm immediately gonna activate this, go Battle Phase to attack over this. He goes Fallen Virtuous to stop it because he thinks I actually need this, but when in reality I actually don't. This is just baiting his back row. And then we are gonna revive this back. We go Ritual Spell, wait for him to negate. And now, look at this. We go Swordman, Banish 2. So what this play does is like it forces out his negate first of all, so I can get rid of this, so I don't have to worry about this, and I don't have to banish it anymore. And gets this in the grave, making sure that this is unaffected. I actually would not have liked it if he had let that go through. So him negating here is what I was going for. So now we can summon this, banish 2, get rid of the back row, and get rid of the SP. Then he has to chain SP. Yep. So now we spin back, cheat out the Black Chaos, banish the back row and the what do you call it, the cross sheep, and then we can add back the Branded High Spirits, banish this face down, and now we can trigger the Mind Shuffle. We're gonna discard the Swordman. Now we can go for this, reveal, add Albaz, trigger the Archfiend Engrave, add Luster, and now we can go for Albaz lines. This is insane, right? So in this, I think I was not playing 3 Sword Souls. I think it was a while ago, before we got revealed. Before it got revealed that we are gonna get 3 Sword Souls, I think. So we're gonna add Fallen Virtuous in the end phase. Then we're gonna go Call By on his Albion. So I went Albion, my own Albion, and then I Call By his Albion. This is nasty. I wait for the end phase. Look at this. Wait for the end phase. I kept this in hand. Why did I add this over like setting it with the Albion? Because of this play. Okay, I couldn't send Dogma first because what would happen is I send Dogma, I add Fallen Virtuous, and then he would have a chance to trigger his own Albion. Looking back, I should have still sent Dogma because if he triggers the Albion, what I can do is I can go Mind Shuffle, spin this back, summon Luster, and then he would have to add the Fallen Virtuous. Although, like, him having Fallen Virtuous in the hand is still annoying. So, I don't think it's actually a misplay. I think, like, my thought process at that time was actually correct. Yeah. So, I couldn't send Dogma here because he would have a chance to actually trigger this and add. And then these would come back so that I can banish them. Unless he gets these back before he uses Albion, which I don't think he would do. So, we are going to pop the SP because SP is annoying. Send the Rindbrum, and yeah. Top deck's Ash. He doesn't even bother ashing this. He goes Miscellaneous for 1. We're going to spin this back, summon Luster. And then he is going to summon the Deneen. We are going to trigger the Granganol, and then higher chain for this because it's unaffected. We can go summon Lulu. Now if he summons from the Arsenal deck, we're going to be able to negate. Spin this back, summon Black Chaos, and then we can add a spell to the hand. And then, yeah, he scoops here. We also have OG Albaz, we have Cartesia. Yeah. This, like, all the odds were against us in this one. You basically had a 1% chance. But, like, when you are in situations like this, you have to, like, hope your opponent misplays, unfortunately. Because, you know, the game is not balanced as long as Called by the Grave is around, because that card is disgusting, it's really stupid. So, yeah. I do have these as well. I'm not sure if I should show them. Maybe some other time. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about, like, the 3-Burp Sword Souls Phara line, and if you guys will be playing Phara. I think you should be playing it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.